Hello! First and foremost, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kaylee Gibson, and for my final project, I wanted to give a visual representation of the walls of Uruk, and I also wanted to give a visual to a burial site for Gilgamesh. Now I know way back when in those times that the story was being told, burial sites looked very different. I understand that, but considering I'm not Picasso, for this assignment, I just wanted to give a visual. So, without further ado, I will show you my project and then explain a little bit about what I did for this specific project and a little bit of the story behind it. Okay? Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so like I stated before, I am not Picasso, but I did put some time and effort into this. So what this right here is, it's the wall of Uruk, a sunset over the wall of Uruk. And then I wanted to give over here in the distance, I did that on purpose, a little burial site for Gilgamesh. So we learned about the Epic of Gilgamesh earlier in this class. And what the story, a brief summary of that story, was Gilgamesh, who embodied strength and courage and bravery. He was on the quest for immortality. He wanted to live forever. So he went on all these quests and journeys and challenges, trying to gain that immortality. That was his biggest want, his biggest desire in life. He wanted to live forever. So he goes on these quests. He meets all these creatures and of human and unhuman nature. So he met all of these people and he got mocked. He faced challenges. He failed those challenges. And it wasn't until he came home he realized it's not man's fate to live forever. Rather, instead, it's what you do with the time on earth and what accomplishments you can leave behind. And in this example, in this epic, once he came home to Uruk, he saw the great walls that he built. That was his finest achievement, his proudest accomplishment. And he hit his knees and he said, I'm going to live forever through my work, basically. So for this specific poster, what I did is this was my attempt at the walls of Uruk. I did have to label it because it might be kind of confusing. I'm not an artist. I started out just coloring the wall, but I wanted to give it some sort of texture behind it, as I'm sure way back when it was textured. So once I painted it, I added some tissue paper. I thought that would be kind of a creative touch, and you can kind of see the rippling effects of the tissue paper. So that was my own little touch I wanted to add. And what I wanted to really portray or say with this poster, it's me drawing a sunset. I know it's not just picture perfect, but I do think it turned out okay. This is the sun setting over the wall of Uruk with Gilgamesh burial site right there. So with this, I really wanted to say that even though Gilgamesh is no longer a part of this story, he's over there, but even though he's not visibly in this poster, in this project, his accomplishment is. Okay, so he might not have achieved that immortality, but the fact that I'm standing right here today doing this video and my project is on the wall of Uruk and Gilgamesh, he does in a sense get that immortality, because that was ever so many years ago that we learned, or not learned, but that it was created, the Epic of Gilgamesh. And the fact that we still talk about it, we're still learning about it, it is still relevant. And the fact that I'm here today talking about it and even doing my final project on it just says how important it was. And that even though he did not live forever, his work did. His work lives on, giving him that sense of immortality. And to me, what that symbolizes for me is nobody's going to live forever. Okay? Nobody is going to have immortality or just live forever and ever. So, what we must do is not pay attention to, or not even really try to not to think about when we're going to die, how we're going to die, what's going to happen. We don't even need to think about immortality because we're not going to live forever. But what is important is the fact that while we are here on this earth, while we are here living and breathing, we need to put our hearts and our souls into something. So that way, after we do pass on, we have something living here for us, sort of telling and capturing how we lived on this earth. That's what's really important. It's not how you go or when you go, it's what you leave behind. And in this case, Gilgamesh left a huge legacy that will live on forever. So, I encourage anyone and everyone listening to go out and just live and be kind and work hard and just let what you did on this earth be what defines you when you're no longer on this earth. Go out and make a wall of Uruk like Gilgamesh did. Go out and do something that will really portray how you lived on this earth. Go out and achieve those accomplishments. Go out and live and just go out and seize the day. And that's what's really going to stay on this earth when you're no longer living on this earth. Thank you.